First, you can sit in Sukhasana. So today we will be explaining all the practices for the next month, which is October. Starting with the prayer now, will not take much time. So first sit in Dhyana Mudra, keep your back straight. Always keep your back erect. Then inhale, take both the arms over your head, join at the top. Exhale, bring to center of the heart. Closing the eyes, take an in breath. Om. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Inhale, take the hand straight up through the center. Exhale, bring it down through the sides. So the starting prayer is over. This month, in the standard intermediate Hatha batch, we will be doing supine loosening practices. So those who want to observe can observe. Those who want to do along with me, you may have to turn your mat so that your mat is parallel to the screen and you can see myself doing along with this, you can do. So supine loosening practices, I first lie down on the back, keeping the legs together, hands close to the body, palm facing the ground. With an inhalation, I point the toes forward. Exhale, point it back. Inhale, front. Exhale, back. Inhale, front. Exhale, back. Inhale, front. Exhale, back. One more. Inhale, front. Exhale, back. Then rotate the feet. 1, all directions. 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, normal breath. 3, take it all the sides. 4, 5. Then bend both the legs. Keep your feet very close to the hips. Inhale, take the left leg up, straighten your leg. So the toe should be pointed. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, left. Exhale, bend. Inhale, right. Exhale, bend. Inhale, left. Exhale, bend. Inhale, right. And exhale, bend. Now both together. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, 2. Exhale, bend. Inhale, 3. Exhale, bend. Inhale, 4. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, 5. And exhale, bend. In this position, inhale, spread both the arms sideways. Bring it to shoulder level. Exhale, tilt the knees to the left. Look at the right hand. Inhale, bring it back. Look at the sky. Exhale to the right. Look at the left. Inhale up, look up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Look to the right. Inhale up. You can see the knees are together. Exhale right. The feet is also together. Inhale up. So everything goes together. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. And inhale up. So that is for the spinal twisting. So after that, exhale, hand down and leg down. Both will go down. So this time we have a small new practice, which is the Pavana Mukta crunches. So how to do that, I will show you now. So I start with the bending the left leg, interlock the fingers on the shin bone, keep the other leg lifted in the air. So that's done actually with an inhalation. Now touch chin on the left knee, switch right leg, switch left leg, switch right leg, 3 left, 3 right, 4 left, right, 5 left, right, 6 left, right, 7 left, right, 8 left, right, 9 left, yeah, right, last one, 10 left and right. Inhale, head goes down, exhale, leg down. So I will explain the breath here. So when we fold the leg and take the other leg, it's an in-breath. On the exhalation, chin on the knee. Now when you swap, take an in-breath and exhale, chin on the knee. Inhale, swap, exhale, touch. Got it? So when I swap, I have to inhale and exhale. So it's a little short breath, like that. So after that finishing, last exhalation, inhale, head goes down, exhale, release both the legs to Shavasana. That's actually to improve the core strength. So it's an exercise, it's a part of the loosening practice. After finishing this, inhale, take both the arms over your head. Inhale, aim your left leg up, straight legs. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, right. Exhale, down. Other leg will not move. Inhale, left, straight. Exhale, look at the toe. Inhale, right. Exhale, you can see life to the end. Inhale, left. Exhale, down. Inhale, right. And exhale, down. So 5 plus 5, you have to do that. Then move the legs. Inhale, 1. Exhale, slowly keep it. Inhale, 2. Exhale, down. Inhale, 3. Exhale, down. When I'm talking, I cannot breathe properly. Inhale, 4. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, 5. Now you have to maintain this for a while. 1. You can see the pointing of your toe, of the toe. 2. Arms are straight. 3. You have to make that L-shaped figure. 4. Look at the toe. 5. Breathe normally. 6. So you can feel the tightness on stomach. 7. 8. 9. 10. Slowly bring it back. So without bending the knee, using the abdominal strength, back strength, keep it down. Inhale, bend the left leg. Exhale, turn around. Coming to prone position. After that, we have to keep both the palm by the chest. So the position of the palm is important. Don't keep it below the shoulder. Try to keep it a little back, so that elbow will almost come above the wrist, like that. So keep the legs together. So next is cobra breathing and loosening. Inhale, chest up as much as possible. Initially start here. Exhale, down. Inhale to a little more straighter. Exhale, down. If you find it tough, keep a little forward. Otherwise, you can keep it. Inhale. So ensure that your elbows don't spread. Don't do like this. It will only damage your practice. Keep the elbows close to body. Inhale, 3. See, I'm taking the elbow straight. It is not spreading. Exhale, down. Inhale, 4. Exhale, down. Last one, inhale, 5. Stay here for some time. You have to get that back arch. 1, 2, 3, arch your back. 4, 5. Exhale, go down. From there, inhale, stand up on the knees. After standing up, just while you exhale, arrange your knees and hands in the correct position. So here, it's good to stand the toe because we are going to do Marjorie 2, starting with left arm, right leg. So with the balance of the other limbs, inhale, left arm and right leg stretch. Exhale, elbow touch your knee. 2, return. 3, fold. 4, fold. 5, fold. Then inhale to cat. Exhale the breath. Other side. 1, fold. 2, fold. 3, fold. 4, fold. One more. 5. You can last position, you can stay for a while. Other side also, I should have held, but I forgot that. And after that, come back here also, hold for some time, about 5 counts. Then inhale, return to cat position. On the exhalation, sit in Vajrasana. So what I'll do, I'll face front. Ideally, you don't have to do that, whichever position you are. Keeping the back straight, now we'll bring the hands on the eyes. Open the eyelids, this you already know. And rotate the eyes. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to look all the corners. 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more round. 5. Then release your hands to Dhyan Mudra. Come. Then we will do Drishti. Inhale. It's not shared. You can come sit here. Okay. Inhale, look at the nose. Exhale, look at the front wall. 1 point. Inhale, nose. Exhale, wall. Inhale, nose, look 1 point. Exhale, wall. Inhale, nose. Exhale, wall. One more. Inhale, nose. Stay for some time looking at the nose. You can feel the mind slows down when you look at single point. And then exhale, gaze on 1 point on the front wall, look at 1 point and stay for a while. Then release your drishti. After that, so the next practice almost same with the other previous practice. Arms in front, fists closed, open, closed, open, close, wide open. You can see the spread. Close, open, close, open. Palm down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. One more, down, up. Fist close, wrist rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then hands on shoulder, straight forward. Fold, straight. Observe. Fold, straight. Fold, straight. One more. Fold, straight. Then fold your arm, touch your elbow. Take it upward. See, the biceps will brush the ear so that then takes it back. Like that you have to take it. 2. So I'm doing with awareness. 3, 4. So when I'm taking up, I take an in breath. One more. 5. Change. 1, 2. You can do, no problem. 3, 4. One more. 5. After that, interlock the finger. Inhale, stretch the arm. You can see how the arm went behind the ear. See, the ear is in front. Do you see that? It's not like this. So I took it back, kept the ear in front, and then stretched the back like that. Then breathe normally. 1, using the arms as a tool. 2, breathe normally there. 3, 4. Last one should be an inhalation. 5. Exhale, hands down. Then inhale, sit to one side. Exhale, release the legs in front. So you completed arms and all. Then you have to do the neck. So sitting in this position, little shake a while. You can practice if you want. Then from the chin down, then rotate your neck. Inhalation to go back. Close your eyes. Exhale to bring it down. Feel that. Enjoy practice. 2, 3. So you should do with enjoyment on your own. Don't do it for others. 4. Then only you will continue. 5. After that, otherwise, if you're not enjoying, you will not continue. Change. 1. You can see I'm putting the mind. I'm trying to enjoy. I'm feeling it when I rotate. 2, 3. See, I'm focusing on all the corners. 4. The mind should be fully on this. One more. 5. So all the 10 rounds, right? And one more new practice coming this month is a twisting, which we are not doing. So sitting with the straight legs, inhale first, exhale, keep the hands at the back and try to touch your head back. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. 5 times we'll do. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Let me do one more. Inhale up. Exhale left. It's okay. Other leg will little lift, no problem. Inhale up and exhale right. Then inhale, come back and exhale your breath. So that's for just a twisting the body. Last one will be forward bending. So inhale, take the arms up, look front, exhale, wherever you can catch, just touch it. You can look at the toe. Then inhale, come up again. Exhale, little more deeper. Gradually, okay, don't suddenly do. Inhale, 3. Exhale, down. Little more. Inhale, 4. Point your toe initially. Exhale, when you go down, point it backward. Last one. Inhale, 5. And exhale, down. Now stay here for some time. 1, whatever possible. 2, looking at the toe. 3, I'm talking, I should not talk when I'm doing something. 4, last moment you can put your head down. 5, okay, then inhale, sit up, lift your hands, point your toe. Exhale, hands down. Then loosening is over. It ideally takes 12 minutes only. Today it took 3-4 minutes extra because I was explaining.
The last one that you did, in that we need to reflex our toes.
That one. Yeah. So inhale, point your toe. Exhale, dorsiflex.
Okay.
Inhale, stretch. Exhale, flex. That way.
Okay.
So when you come up, the toe will point. When you go down, the toe will come like this.
And
Yeah.
sir, the second last one, the new practice that we have, the loosening one, in which in that, where do we actually feel the stretch? I mean, how do we test whether we are doing it correctly?
It's on the back. You're twisting the back. You can see the back is twisting. All this area will push. You're twisting the lower back.
Okay. The sides of the back, is it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's actually a twisting, which we are not doing in this sequence. So we wanted to add one mild twisting action.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other doubts on loosening? Otherwise, I am going to Surya Namaskara.
So that last but one, your head will touch on the ground, is it, when you do that?
Yeah, forehead.
Forehead.
Yeah, try to touch the forehead. When I keep the hand down, so other leg may slightly lift, don't worry, but you will get that twist. So try to touch the forehead at the back. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Thank you. So then we will go to, if there are no other queries, I'm going to Surya Namaskar, which will be? Yeah. Yeah, we can plan on doing it. Yeah. Can try. Okay, and then we go to this month, it is Soham. Soham Surya Namaskara comes with which has got one Shashankasana will come. Only once it will come. Okay, so unlike Swami Vivekananda, where it comes twice. So I'm going to do that now. I hope I'm visible fairly. First nodi. First node. First you can see, we'll do one round, I'll explain, and three, 4 rounds we will do together. Okay, Samastiti. So here also, first inhale, take the arm. I know you cannot see above my head, I'm aware of that, but the only position, it will be this, that most of the people know, okay? So I exhale, then come to Namaskar Mudra. Inhale, take the hands up. Exhale to heart. Then closing the eyes. Om Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham tattvam pushanna pavrano satya dharmaya drishtaye. Om. So I inhale, open the eyes, exhale, look at the nose. So what is that Namaskara Mudra? From here, I don't think you can see me. So I'll start from here only. So Namaskara Mudra, I have explained. So you have to keep the palms pressed and the elbows wide. So don't do Anjali Mudra. This is Anjali Mudra. Namaskara Mudra is like this. Generally, children, they tend to keep it like this. They keep it on the lips. Don't do that. Keep it below the chin, little. It may not be too far, but just keep it in the heart center. And the elbow will be wide. Okay, that is the first step. Now, second step is, so I'm going to explain first, then I will do it. Okay, second step is an inhalation, taking the arms backward and bending back. So I will not bend too much because the first round. With an inhale, that's all. What are the important points here? 2 important points. Don't bend the elbow. So when I bend back, don't bend the elbow like this. And the wrist also. Some people bend the wrist. And some people bend the elbow. And some people bend the knees also, thinking that the bend is good. So try not to do either of this. It is okay to stand like this also. I'm okay. Instead of doing like this. So try to, because if you do that, you're compromising the entire spinal stretch gone. So whatever possible, do without taking those compromises. So keep the elbow straight. Oh, I think you cannot see me. I'll take it a little up, okay? Yeah. What are the 2 things I told? Keep the elbow straight and wrist straight. Don't bend wrist, don't bend elbow. Main 2 things. Then, while exhaling today, Himasri had sent a video. How she came down like that with that lower back curvature. Don't come like this down. So coming down will not help you. So this is a concave back, right? And so instead of that, Lead with the, I have told you in many classes. So from here, bring the navel forward. So keep that concave back. See, that concave back is here. So like that, come down. In the last moment, the head will go down. Like that. Where is the second step? Dvi. Trini, inhale, take the left leg back and chin up. Chatwari, exhale, right leg back. Next step. Pancha is a Shashankasana. Inhale, keep the knee down and exhale, sit back. So I'll explain the 3 steps which I showed now. So in this step, if you get a back pain, you can bend the knee. If there is a back pain. If there is no back pain, try to keep the knee straight and try to go as deep as you can. And drop the neck. Don't hold your neck like this. Drop it. These are the common mistakes. And don't keep the hand in front. Try to keep the hand in line with your feet when you go down. So stomach will touch first, chest will come second, last moment the head will come down. So these are the important points in, this is called Pada Hastasana, hand to feet posture. Then in Ashwa Sanchalanasana, when you take the one leg back, try to keep this shin perpendicular instead of sitting like this. I've seen some people doing that. It's okay, but in Ashwa Sanchalanasana, it's not there ideally. So try to keep the shin straight and this 90 degree and chin up. Like that. Look at the eyebrow. So here your fingertips can be on the mat. See? Fingertips. If you keep it low, then your rounding will come. So try to keep your chin up, keeping the fingertips like that. And look at your eyebrow. These are the important things. And don't take a short step like this. Take a good step so that your back, all these areas will stretch. All these will get a stretch like that. That was an inhalation. On the exhalation, go to high plank. Here. Now don't do like this, don't do like this. It will be straight line position. You saw that. It's called the high plank position. Then that's an exhalation. Inhale, keep the knee down in such a way that you don't have to change the position of the hand. So here the toes are standing. On the exhalation, sleep the toe and sit backwards. Now see, the hand will not move. Stretched. The arms are stretched. It's not like this. Some people try to put the head, rotate the shoulder. All that is not there. You have to keep your arm straight and try to, it will not touch, no problem. That is Shashankasana. Then inhale, come up on the knee, same cat position. While exhaling, keep the standing toe. Standing toe and bring your chest in front of the wrist. Like that. You saw that where did the chest come? It did not come here. It came front. ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಎಲ್ಬೋ ಸೈಡ್ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಬೋ ಏನಿದೆ ಕೈ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಐ ಡಿ ನಾಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಸ್ಲಿಪ್ ದ ಟೋ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಅವೇ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅವೇ ದೆನ್ ಇನ್ಹೇಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ now you see that arch will come on the back so the knees are in the air, knees are not down, ಮಣಕಾಲು ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. Look at eyebrow. Exhale to mountain position. Then, so the distance will be there, little gap between the legs. So mountain position, what are the important things? Don't rotate your shoulder, keep your arm straight, try to look at the navel, all these things are there. After finishing a mountain, inhale, take the left leg front, align, not here, bring it front, come on the fingertips, again look up. Ashwa Sanchalanasana. This I already explained. Exhale, same position. Padahastasana. Then inhale, stand up, looking at the nose. Then look back. Exhale. Then comes the next round. So what are the main differences? Only one difference, that Shashankasana will come. And Chandra Namaskar, hands up and all is there. That is not there here. Baralali, okay? So these are the main differences.
Sir, Shashankasana, these are joined. In Shashankasana, they are clubbed together.
Yeah, knees are joined. Knees are joined.
But heels are separate.
Heels are apart, toes are together.
Toes are together.
Yeah. So when you sit like this, the knees are together, See, heels are away. Toes are together, heels are away, knees are together. Like that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it's a stretch forward in Vajrasana. So that is regarding Soham Surya Namaskara. So we will do 2 rounds, all of us we will do. Whoever is practicing with me, 2 rounds, Madi. Come. 2 rounds so that we little warm up, okay? You can face, Ali Nodbek. No. Okay, Samastiti, look at the nose. Sorry, first look at front. Inhale, take your hands up. Exhale to heart center. I will explain, okay? When I'm explaining, my breath may not be correct. So ignore it. Okay, please mute your mic. Somebody is on unmute. Can you mute it, please? Ekam, inhale. Dvi, exhale. Trini, left leg back. Inhale, hands up. Sorry, inhale only. Sorry. Inhale. Chatwari, exhale. Pancha, inhale, knee down. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, go forward. Exhale, go down. Sapta, inhale, chest up. Ashta, exhale, lift your back. Nava, left leg forward. Inhale, inhale only, head up. Dasha, exhale, right leg forward. Ekadasha, inhale, stand up, bend back. Dvadasha, exhale. Then mantra will be there. After that, Ekam, inhale. Dvi, exhale. Kani, right leg, inhale, head up. Chatwari, exhale. Pancha, inhale, knee down. Exhale, sit back. Shat, inhale, come up. Exhale, Ashtanga. Sapta, inhale, chest up. Ashta, exhale. Nava, right leg, front, inhale, head up. Dasha, exhale, other leg. Ekadasha, inhale, stand up, bend back. Dvadasha, exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. So, what are the steps? I hope any doubts on Soham Surya Namaskara, you can ask. Otherwise, I am going to asana practice.
So just one question.
Yeah.
Can you show the transition once again, sir, from Chaturanga Dandasana to Adho Urdhva Mukha Svanasana?
From Chaturanga or Ashtanga?
Chaturanga.
Okay. So I am from here. Sorry. I am in Chaturanga. From here, slip the toe. Inhale, chest up. So in that air position, here you are supposed to slip your toe. Inhale, come up. Like that. So I am supposed to do that transition of the feet in Chaturanga Dandasana, not after reaching there. If you find it very tough, no problem. Come up first, then change your position. That's the only method. From here, you can either do one by one and come up. That's also fine. Otherwise, if possible, try to sleep and come up like that.
Thank you, sir.
Any question?
Sir, in Adho Mukha Dandasana, how do we know that we are in a straight line?
So that comes with judgment only. So you're supposed to get that with experience. You should know where you are. It should not go down, it should not go up. Don't look at mirror.
Okay, sir.
Once or twice look at mirror, later on then you have to try to analyze on your own. It's okay, initially little here and there will be there, but gradually you will get that. Yeah?
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good question, yeah. Tanmay, you have to first learn how to sit properly. Tanmay, you are not sitting properly. That is the main problem. See, you are not able to sit in one position. First, straighten your back. Don't never sit like this. See, how will you improve if you're sitting like this? It's not at all possible. A person sitting like this cannot improve. First job is to sit straight. Otherwise, whatever you do, it's all waste of time. First, you have to listen to me. First, you have to sit straight with your backbone straight. Learn how to sit straight. Otherwise, you cannot practice yoga. Got it, Tanmay? Am I clear or not? If I am not clear, please ask. You show some thumbs up. No problem. He'll come back. He'll now start typing and all.
Sir, Pada Hastasana.
Yeah.
Can you, how do I get this placing palm on the mat? Because right now, I'm not able to place my palm on the mat. Instead, I'm able to just not get the palm completely, but just keeping my all the fingertips on the mat right now.
Yeah, that's fine. So maybe because gradually you're then, the stretch has to improve. So what you can do is, so don't compromise the position of the finger. So try to keep it in line with the feet. So that bottom stretch will come. So if you do this, I mean, I'm not saying you're doing that. So just when you keep the hand down, some people keep it in front. So avoid doing that. Keep it aligned here. So then that pressure will come to bend like this. You put it here, now you see it's a leaning forward. I'm able to touch, but I will not try to bend. So try to keep it here so that the flexion comes properly. So keep on doing the finger gradually, maybe majority of the finger will touch. Gradually when the stomach start moving down, you may be able to press the palm. It all depends on passage of time, that's all. I think you will get there very soon. Okay?
Sir, from downward dogs, when we come to this position, the one in which you were, my feet sometimes goes ahead of my hands.
That's fine.
I'm stretching, my back leg is stretching more.
Maybe that means that the position of the
this one.
may be a little too short, maybe. That may be the reason that you're overstepping it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that may be the reason. So ideally, this down dog position is approximately 4 feet. Now, generally, if the person is about 5 to 6 feet, this distance is important. So it should not be too close and should not be too far. When this is too far, you feel very difficult to stay. So with experience, try to find a location where you find nice and full. So
Okay.
what I have done is, you can see 2 marks are there. You cannot see it, I can see it, okay. So when I keep my leg, why are there 2 marks? I have told in some classes, because sometimes I start from there, sometimes I start from here. So when I keep the leg, I know that mark is there. So I try to keep it just behind that mark. So if I start from that side, I do the other way. The mark is on the other side.
4 feet you marked?
Yeah, no, that you have to determine with your experience. This is my experience.
Okay. Because I'm able to keep my feet and I'm able to stay in downward dog for long.
Yeah.
But sometimes my feet just goes ahead of my arm position, my palm position.
It's okay, once in a while, no problem. So and maybe that once in a while your leg was a little short, maybe.
Okay, sir.
Don't worry too much. Tanmay, go back. There is nothing on computer. You go and sit on your mat. Go back. So completed Surya Namaskara, Soham. Any other questions on Soham? Otherwise, I am going to Ashtanga A. Done. So Ashtanga A, very simple. We are all done. The only difference is there is static breath and dynamic breath. Samasthiti, gazing on the nose. Ekam, inhale, arms up. Look at the thumb. Dvi, exhale, dive like a bird. So arm movements are sideways. Head down. Prani, inhale, head up. Look at your eyebrow. See the concave back. You can come on the fingertips. No need to push fully. If you find this, fine, no problem. You can come to fingertips. Chatwari, step back, exhale and go down. Ideally Chaturanga. Pancha, inhale, chest up. Look at the eyebrow. Shut, exhale, go back. Now here we have to take 5 breaths. Release initially. Try to look at the navel. 1. See how I'm measuring the breath. 2. Accommodated the breath. Ideally, no need to move that much. 3. 4 breath. 5. Sapta, step front both the legs, inhale, head up. Eyebrow drishti. Ashta, exhale. Nava, inhale, stand up, looking at the nose. Reach high, look thumb. Samasthiti, exhale. That completes Ashtanga A. We do 2 rounds of that. That's all. Any doubts on Ashtanga A? Otherwise, going to asana practice.
Initially, you used to tell us that when we are coming to hand to feet posture, we can keep our hand a bit ahead of our feet. I saw that you aligned it with your feet right now.
That is when you're hopping. See, when
Okay.
you hop. So you're not, in this class, we are not planning to hop. So if you're hopping, you have to keep your hands a little front.
Okay.
So
Okay.
from here, you have to bend the knees and hop. And
Okay.
same way, when you come back, hop short of the leg. So when you reach here, hop short. And then aligning the hands, Padahastasana. So in here, there is no need for keeping that offset, not required.
Okay.
Any other query? Otherwise, we go to asanas. Starting with Parshvakonasana, Parivarta Parshvakonasana, then Uttita Hasta Padangushtasana, Parshvakonasana, Parshvakonasana, Natarajasana, Padangushtasana, Padahastasana. 5 asanas are there this month. Simple asanas, not very difficult. So start with Parshvakonasana, Samasthiti. Samasthiti. I'll show only one side, okay, so we don't lose time. Take an inhale here. Saw that inhalation? This is inhalation. So that much you have to bulge, stomach and chest. Don't do shallow. Where is that inhalation? No inhalation only. Huh? So take a good breath. Ekam, exhale, leg out. How much distance? 4 feet. So I'm not focusing on the breath now. This distance should be 4 feet. I'm explaining the posture first. That's an exhalation. Inhale, turn the right foot, left foot little you can turn, not much. And look to right. Don't turn the shoulder. Only look. So what did I say? This is an exhalation. Inhale, turn the right foot, look to right. It's an inhalation. While exhaling, bend this knee and keep the right hand on the right side of your right leg. It's an exhalation. So, okay, if you want to use bricks, you can use bricks also. So you saw that. And Chatwari, inhale, stretch the left arm on the left ear. Like that. So the head is below the hand. See, head is not like this. Head is below. You got it? So I can feel the long stretch on this side. And I can feel automatically anus lock comes. So this is Parshvakonasana. So I have to stretch the hand. And this armpit is on the thigh. And finish 3 breaths in position. So this asana will finish with an inhalation. On the exhalation, bring the hand down. Hand to the back. You can catch it on the waist. Exhalation. Pancha, inhale, stand up. Looking that side. Shoulder should not turn. Shut, exhale. Turn. Trini, inhale. See, I turned the drishti and the leg, not the shoulder. Trini, exhale. Armpit on the thigh. And Chatwari, inhale. You can see the long arm, long body, long leg. You can feel the stretch of the body. So drishti will be finger. I'm violating all those rules because I'm just showing you the things. On the exhalation, bring the hands down. Look down on the feet. Pancha, inhale, gracefully stand up. Looking to that side. Shat, exhale. What is that asana? Parshvakonasana. Second asana, Parivarta Parshvakonasana. I'll show all the standing asanas, then we'll question. Dvi, inhale, turn, but this time full shoulder turn. Shoulder also turn. Three, exhale, bend the knee, keep the left hand on the right side. You have to twist the body, keep the left hand on the right side. You can see the twist. And Chatwari, inhale, stretch the right arm. So it's called Parivarta Parshvakonasana. Stretching the hand. After 3 breaths, exhale, hand back. Look down. Pancha, inhale, stand up. Shoulder facing that side. Shad, exhale, turn. Dvi, inhale, turn to the other side. Now I'll explain the main points of this asana. So, you may not be able to, so the catch of this asana, you can see from here, is that you have to bring the shoulder on the other side. So that, don't do like this. Try to bring the shoulder on the other side, and you saw that twist. The shoulder comes to the other side, and then the arm goes up. Aligning. So this is the trick, is that you have to take the hand on the other side. Shoulder or elbow, whatever possible. You can do the same with bricks also. So when you keep the bricks, it's a little more easier. So the brick should be kept at 4 feet distance. Last month we kept it at 3 feet. So this month it is at 4 feet. So when I step, exhalation, inhalation, exhale, hand on the brick, inhale, stretch. Same asana with the bricks. It's easy, okay? And same way, you can twist the body and keep the hand on the brick like that. Like this. And then twist. So these are the first 2 asanas. Parshvakonasana, Parivarta Parshvakonasana. After finishing 2 asanas, Nataraja asana. Third asana is I'll finish all the 4, then we will talk. Okay? Samasthiti, Nataraja asana. Starting with the left leg first. Ekam, inhale, fold the left leg back and right hand up. Looking at one point. On the exhalation, bend forward. That is the asana. Look at one point and balance. If I look at some other point, I'll fall. 2. 3. 3 inhale, stand up. Chatwari, exhale. Now I'll show the important points of this asana. First important point is that don't lean forward much. Don't do like this. It's the common mistake. Try to keep the chest up and the leg up. You saw that. So don't lean front and take the leg up. Keep the chest high and keep the leg also high, like that. Okay? That's the common mistake in Nataraja asana. It's also called dancing Shiva posture. So that is the balancing pose. Parshvakonasana and Nataraja asana. And the last 2 asanas in this month we have added is a new asana, Padangushtasana, Padahastasana, both. Samasthiti, it's like this. Ekam, inhale, spread your legs slightly, catch your waist, inhalation. Dvi, exhale, bend forward, try to hook your toes. Trini, inhale, head up. Chatwari, exhale, try to bring your head between the feet, between the legs. Like that. Stay there, take 3 breaths. Each time, try to bring the head between the feet. It's called Padangushtasana. 2, one more. Last inhale, maximize the depth. Then, Chatwari, inhale, head up. On the exhalation, try to insert the palm below the feet. Some of you may not reach there, so you can bend the knees, no problem. Okay, that is Padahastasana. Then, again, inhale, head up, and exhale, head down. Try to balance, stay here. Try to bring the head between the legs. 1, 2, like that, finish 3 breaths. Then, Chatwari, inhale, head up. Exhale, catch your waist. Pancha, inhale, stand up. Exhale to Samasthiti. So, what are the asanas? Parshakonasana, Parivarta Parshakonasana, Natarajasana, Padangushtasana, Padahastasana. So, in these last 2 asanas, some of you may have to bend your knee slightly. Okay? After catching the toe, you can try to straighten it and bring down. Try to straighten it. जितना होता है सीधा कीजिए. अगर नहीं हो रहा है तो थोड़ा सा बंद करके कीजिए. Okay? Any queries on the first standing asanas? Otherwise, I am going to sitting asanas.
So the last
Natarajasana. Sorry. Continue, Priyanka.
Okay. Sir, in the last asana, we are putting our palm under our feet. Palm under our feet. And and which portion of the palm is on the ground? Which side?
Yeah, the back of the palm will be below the feet.
And it should be from the okay.
Like-
Sir.
Saw that. So, but don't lift the heel. Heel should not go up.
Okay, sir.
The heel should be on the mat. So some of you, so don't lose the balance, okay? So you can bend the knee, no problem. So you are actually trying to do catching the toe and trying to bring the body down, okay? So it will help you in all the other asanas also, forward bending asanas. So initially I am doing Pada Angushta. This is Pada Angushta asana, hooking the toe. And then inhale, head up. On the exhalation, insert both the palms one by one below the feet. Again, inhale, head up. So actually, the toe will come to the wrist in this asana, almost.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Okay. But you should not step forward, neither fall forward. Okay, don't lift the heels. If you lift the heels, you will not get the balance. Like that. Okay, standing asana is over. Any other query?
So Natarajasana, can you do with bricks? Is it possible to do with bricks?
No, it's not there.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to do with, it's a balancing pose because it's dangerous. You may fall. Because it's a,
Technique to so you say that for balancing asanas, the toes should be a bit wide and firm on the ground.
yes.
Might tend to get crunky. So is there any technique for that?
I think if you touch all the fingers firmly, you should get proper balance. If you keep them together, it will lose the balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So try to keep them spread wide.
Yeah, they come back to their normal position. I mean,
Automatically it comes back, is it?
yeah.
Maybe a little awareness will help you on that. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, one question in Padangushtasana, what is the distance between the 2 feet?
Yeah, almost shoulder distance, about 1.5 feet. So bring it almost to your shoulder width. If my shoulder is this width, same width. So what will happen? The head will go between the legs like that. You'll get a space. Padangushtasana.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
So
So,
Natarajasana, when you're holding the foot, what is the grip? Is it the entire toe that we need to hold, or?
so what you can do is, I hold the big toe. I insert the thumb between the first two, between the big toe and the second finger. I think I'll show you like this. So I take the leg, you can see like this. You saw that? So I insert the thumb. Thumb will be taken inside. Like this I hold. You got it? I hope you can see me. And then I take it
Yes.
up. This hold will help. From the inner side you hold it. Don't hold it from the outer side.
Okay. Okay.
We feel convenient that way. It's okay if you feel better, no problem. But I find it more, the grip is good holding it this way.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So finished all the standing asanas. Any other query? Otherwise, I go to sitting. Marichiyasana, Supta Vajrasana. So I come to Samasthiti, sitting position. It's a good idea to keep a cloth before sitting. Because anyway, you'll be doing sleeping asanas from that. Marichiyasana A, it's an easy one. There are variations, I mean, easy techniques to do it also. It's not very easy. So from Samasthiti, back straight, arm straight. Exhale a breath. I'll start with the left leg first. I'll show the right leg because then only you can see the binding. Here you come, inhale, fold one leg first. Keep it close to the body. On the exhalation, you have to bring the same side hand in front, okay? While exhalation. And during that exhale, you are supposed to take a catch behind like this. It may not reach there, but you have to try. We may be reaching here also, no problem. So if you are not able to reach it, what you can do is keep the hands side of the feet, but bring this arm in front, this upper arm in front, and then that's an exhalation. Then inhale, head up, and exhale, bend forward. So keeping one leg in standing position like a mountain, we have to bend forward. So that is Marichiyasana. So I'll show you the correct technique now. So Ekam, inhale. Dvi, exhale and take a binding. Okay. Tridi, inhale, head up. And Chatwari, exhale, head down. Try to bring chin on the knee, looking at the toe. Take 3 breaths here. 1. 2. 3. Pancha, inhale, sit up. Release the hand. Shut, exhale. To Samasthiti. So what are the things? So in this Marichi series, as per the books, we can keep the toe pointed in Marichi series. A, B, C, D is there. What we are doing is A. Okay. Even though it's a forward stretch, generally they keep the feet in front. I mean pointed forward. Plantar flexion. Ekam, I'll show you the other side. Ekam, inhale, bend the leg. Dvi, exhale and try to bend forward and take a binding. If you're not binding, just keep your hands in front. Again, take an inhale. While inhaling, you can take a binding. On the exhalation, bend down. It's called Marichi, sage posture. Then take 3 breaths here. I'm not going to explain the breath because I already did that. Then Pancha, inhale, come up. Release. Shut, exhale, release the leg. I'll finish all the sitting poses. Then you can ask the questions. Then the complementary pose of this is Supta Vajrasana. Yeah, Supta Vajrasana. So Ekam, inhale, fold your legs to one side. Dvi, exhale in sitting Vajrasana. Trini, take an inhalation here. Keep the hands at the back. On the exhalation, lie backwards. You can stay here. This is also fine. Now, if you're good with this, you can try to keep the head down if you can. This is also second step. If you find this is also good, then try to keep the shoulder down. The final pose. And seniors, what they can do, they can take the arms over the head. We're trying to keep the knees together, stretch like that. We'll take 5 long breaths here. The last exhalation, bring the hands down. We have done this 3-4 months back. Exhale, bring the hands down. Then Pancha, inhale, sit up using the elbows. And exhale. Dhyana Mudra. Then inhale, sit to the other side. And exhale, release the legs. So I'll show you the steps once again. Ekam, inhale. Dvi, exhale. Trini, inhale here. You can keep the hand, and while exhaling, bend backwards. Stay here, or if you want, you can go to second position, keeping the crown, or the last position, keeping the shoulder on the back, on the ground. Then seniors will turn the arms over the head. So these are the 4 different positions of Supta Vajrasana. Supta means sleeping, Vajrasana means thunderbolt posture. So we are supposed to lie back in Vajrasana. That's a complementary pose. No, first, so exhale and keep the elbow down. Yeah, you can lie down. So what I do from here when I practice is an inhalation. Exhale. You can lie down directly also. Either of these steps are okay. Whichever you can do. Okay. Then comes Bharadwajasana. Then inhale, come up, exhale, hands. Inhale, sit to one side. And exhale, release. Or you can go to the next asana itself. So we'll release it now. Then inhale, fold your legs to one side. And exhale, twist your body to the back, keeping the outer arm back and the second arm below the knee, like that. Exhalation, Bharadwajasana. So this is the way. So it's called Bharadwaj. Bharadwaj is father of Dronacharya. Yeah, so you have to get this chest movement. So don't keep like this and twist. Keep the chest out. Don't incline to the back. Keep the push on and twist the body. Use this hand to stop the leg. This hand to expand to the back, like that. That is Bharadwajasana. Keeping that strong grip, you can feel, I can already feel, there is a stretch on this side. It's a twisting asana. So the chest has to bulge and the twist has to come. That is Bharadwaj. Yeah, that's good. Then Trini, inhaling, look forward. Chatwari, exhale and release. Same way, inhale, other side. Exhale, twist the other side. Finish 3 breaths. Inhale, come back. Exhale, release the legs. That's Bharadwajasana. Last sitting asana is Purna Navasana. Yeah? Yeah. That I forgot. So when you keep the legs, you have to keep it like this. You can see. So there is this shin bone will come on the other foot like that. Got it? So this toe will be pointing back, and this toe will be pointing that side. So it will, like a plus sign will come. Like that. And both the knees will be on the ground. Okay. Then take the right hand back. Left hand below the right knee. That's it. Twist your body. That is called Bharadwajasana. Okay. Bharadwaj. Then last asana is Purna Navasana for back, strengthening your back and the core muscles. Samasthiti, Ekam, inhale, lift both the legs up to almost 60 degrees. And Dvi, exhale, arms parallel to the ground. Then looking at the toe, 3 breaths. Try to balance. 1. 2, 1 more. 3. Inhale, keep the hands down. Exhale, bring the legs slowly down to Samasthiti. That is called Navasana. Try Madi. Here to Kala Mele. Lift both the legs up. Kai parallel. Like that. I have to balance there. Okay. It will come. Nidana barutte. Usiru hold madbaru. Don't hold your breath, okay, when you are doing that. That is Navasana. I have completed all the sitting asanas. I will name them Marichi Asana A, Supta Vajrasana, Bharadwajasana, Purna Navasana. Any doubts on this, please ask. Otherwise, I am going to lying down.
Sir, what is the
starting
meaning
with-
of Sir, what is the meaning of Marichayasana?
Marichi means sage. Marichi is the father of Brahma, I think. Marichi. Otherwise his son. He is related to Brahma.
Okay, sir.
Lord Brahma. I don't know exact, but it's called sage posture. Sage. It's the name of a sage. I think it's either son of Brahma or I'm not very sure. I think it's sun. Somebody can Google and tell by some time. Anybody?
So it should be sun.
Sun, huh?
I go because father is, they say it is Vishnu.
Ah, then it's sun only, definitely. Anybody is on Google? Please search and tell us.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And then, so
The
any other,
Marichi asana.
yeah,
Sorry. The first one is you're twisting your arm and then taking it back,
yeah.
and then taking the other hand and connecting it, right?
Yes, I have to interlock at the back. So here I am taking like this and taking the hand back and catching it.
There are two things. One, if I'm not able to reach and interlock, what is the best posture that I can look at?
So in that case, I have to keep this armpit on the shin, keep the hands down and bend forward. This way. So that
Okay.
I'm keeping the palm pressing on the floor and bend. So once you feel okay with this, because this bend is different, it's not a full forward, I mean, bend like Paschimottanasana. Here this leg is standing. So it's a different
Correct.
bend. So taking this other leg standing position, we are trying to bend. So it actually stretches the inner abductors of the thigh and all. So keep doing. Finally, you will be able to feel that you are able to take the hand back. You can hold it like this also. Just round.
Okay.
And then gradually that distance will come and you will be able to interlock it. I think we have done this. Some of you who are able to do now, you can try if you are already warmed up. Don't do without a warm up. Did you try that, Divya, right now? We did not try it.
No, sir, no warm up is done. So I just got scared with the posture. So I thought, let me check.
Okay, no. These with one leg Padmasana, other leg mountain you have to mount. So this leg will go in like this. So one leg in Padmasana, then the other leg comes like a mountain, and then the same binding comes. That is B. And then trying to touch in on the knee. Yeah, that's B. C is twist. D is with this twist like that. So there are 4 types of Marichi, A, B, C, D.
The leg position, when you're bending, is it close to groin? Isn't it, sir? When you're bending the leg for Marichi Asana.
It comes close to the groin. Yes, right. Srinivas, correct.
Okay.
Because if you keep it a little long, you will not be able to reach. So keep it close to the groin. And then you can see the armpit comes to the shin bone. Almost it comes to the shin bone region. Okay. Try, Madi. Try to catch it. Ee kai munde. Left kai. Some confusion ಆಯ್ತು ಅವರು. ಈ ಕೈ ಮುಂದೆಯಿಂದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಕೈ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. See, he is able to do it. Sridhar. Okay, I cannot spend too much time because I have all the things to cover.
Sir, one more. Supta Vajrasana. When you're returning, once you lie down and come back, while returning back, is it okay your thighs lift or should it be grounded?
You can lift the knees slightly, no problem. The knees will lift little out from the floor. It's okay.
Thank you, sir.
So we have completed that much. Sarvanga, Halasana, Supta Konasana, Sama Konasana, Baddha Konasana. In one series I'm going to show. All the supine pose I will show. Supta Konasana, then Supta Garudasana, Matsyasana, Chakrasana, Pavana Muktasana. All these asanas in one series I'm going to show it now. Okay, then I'll complete. Samastiti. I may not be fully audible. I'm using a mic, right? Inhale, take the arms over the head. Stretch it. Exhale, feet straight. Ekam, inhale, take both the arms, both the legs up. Dvi, exhale, hands down. Trini, inhale, roll up. Adjust the hand position. Squeeze the legs. I'm taking 2 or 3 breaths only. One more breath I'll take. After 5 breath, exhale, take your legs to Halasana. Immediately look at the nose. Inhale, lock the hands. Exhale. See, I'm improving. Tail of the last exhale, support your back. Now, inhale and spread the legs. Supta Konasana. Then exhale here. On the next inhale, try to catch the toe. One more breath. Tail of the last inhale, I have to support the back again. Now exhale, bring the leg back. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, split the legs. Samakonasana. 2 breaths here. One. Two. Inhale, bring the legs up. Exhale, do namaste. Baddha Konasana. Inhale, looking at the toe. One more. Inhale, widen the knees. Exhale. Inhale to Sarvangasana. Exhale, bring the hips down. Inhale, spread arms sideways. Exhale, bend the legs. Inhale, wrap the left leg over the right. For you, I'll show the other side. Wrap one leg over the other leg. Any one side I'm showing. That's an inhalation. On the exhalation, twist the legs to the opposite direction and look to the other side. Supta Virudasana, twisting pose. And 3 breaths in the pose. Keep twisting maximum. After 3 breaths, inhale, bring the knot back. On the exhalation, release. Then you finish the other side. Then inhale, leg down. Exhale, hands down. That completes the inversion. So I go to the back bending series. Ekam, inhale, insert the arms below the body. Inhalation. While exhaling, point the toes. You can see my elbow came below the body. Matsyasana is coming. Dvi, inhale, lift the upper body, look at the toe. Lift it and toe. Exhaling, put only the head back. Matsyasana. So my buttocks are resting on the arms, not on the ground. 5 breaths here. Keep on improving the arch. After 5 breaths, Chatwari, inhale, head up, look at the toe again. Pancha, exhale, lie down. Shat, inhale, remove the hands. And exhale the breath. From here, directly Chakrasana. Ekam, inhale. And exhale, point your toes. So that is Samasthiti. Now, Ekam, inhale, bend the legs. Now my back is ready because in Matsyasana it was arching. While exhaling, you know Chakrasana how to do. Dvi, inhale, lift up. Chakrasana. If you want, you can walk in. 1. Keep on pushing. Look deeper. 2. Last one. 3. Exhale, come down. Inhale, take the leg straight. Exhale, put the hand down. Sorry. Please ignore it. You just cut it off. So that completes back bending. So okay, I think disconnect. So after that, what is the complementary asana? It's Pavanamukta. So Ekam, inhale, bend both the legs up, interlock your fingers, so hug the knees. Dvi, exhale, chin on the knee. Pavanamukta. You can catch your elbows also, look at your nose. Anus lock. One more. 3. Inhale, head down. Exhale, release. So then inhale, take. Now next is Anantasana. So I'll show the right side. Inhale, take the arm over the head, bend the left leg. Exhale and turn to the right. Main support. Then inhale, take the upper leg up and catch the toe. Then start exhaling. Anantasana. Ideally, you are supposed to take it straight. If you're not able to do that, you can bend it, catch the toe, and then straighten it like that. This is also fine. Ideally, straight. So from here, taking the balance, take the leg straight and catch the toe. Now, seniors can try to pull it towards the head, but don't bend the elbow. If you bend the elbow, effect will not come. So try to keep the leg straight and hand straight while taking that pull to the other side. Some of you may be reaching here. It's okay. Whatever possible. Stretch maximum without bending the elbow. Keeping the elbow straight, stretch it. Then exhale, hand down, leg down. Inhale, turn to the other side. And exhale, set up the position. Then inhale goes up. Then after finishing 3 breaths, last inhale is completed. Exhale, hands, legs down, hand down. Inhale here. Exhale to Makarasana. So Pavanamuktasana, Anantasana will be done together. Okay. Then comes Dhanurasana. There will be a breakup. So in Dhanurasana, inhale, stretch the arms. Exhale, point the toes. Then Ekam, inhale, bend up both the legs. Keep the knees a little apart. On the exhalation, hands down. Then inhale, lift up to Dhanurasana. So try to lift don't do like this. Try to lift the thigh more than the chest. So if you roll back, the effect is lost. It will pain your lower part of the abdomen. So try to keep the floating ribs. The floating ribs, try to keep it on the floor. Yeah. The navel, the entire abdomen will be touching the mat in Dhanurasana. Like that. So don't roll backwards. Try to lift your thighs more and more. So that is Dhanurasana. And then inhale, come down. Exhale, come down. Inhale to fold the arms into Makarasana. So you will be taking 5 breaths in Dhanurasana. Then pressing the palm besides the chest, inhale, stand up. Then exhale, turn to the front. You can take a breath or two here. Then go to Hanumanasana. Inhale, step the left leg forward. Exhale, try to push it. Try to be keeping the back straight. One. If seniors can, take the arms up. Inhale, walk back. Exhale, walking to cat position. Then do the complementary side. Then come back to sitting position. So these are then we do Balasana and Parvatasana, which is common in all the months. So I'll name the asanas. Any of the asanas which I showed, you can ask me doubts. Sarvangasana, Halasana, Supta Konasana, sleeping angle. Then Samakonasana, splitting the legs. Baddha Konasana in Sarvangasana. Then I came down, I did Supta Garudasana, Matsyasana, Chakrasana, Pavanamuktasana, Anantasana, Dhanurasana, Hanumanasana. These are the asanas which I showed till now. Any doubts on this, please ask.
So Matsyasana, what should be the teeth and tongue? How should it be?
Just like your Ustrasana, same condition. The teeth will be together, tongue will be kept on the lower palate. And it's just, that effect of the throat will come in same style in Matsyasana also.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other query regarding the asanas we did? No query.
Sir, in Dhanurasana,
Yeah.
can you tell me what is the best position to understand that you're not lifting your chest too much? Because I tend to lift my chest too much actually. So is there any way to predict that you're not going overboard actually?
Yeah, what you should check is the entire stomach should be on the floor, starting from the floating ribs are there, no? So if the floating ribs and the lower abdomen, all of the entire stomach should be pressed. In Dhanurasana, it pressurizes the full abdomen. If you lift too much, the lower abdomen will start taking strain. It will start paining. If you observe, you will notice that. So try to keep the floating ribs on the floor. So when you do that, when you lift up, so you see the floating ribs are touching. So I'm not doing this. See, the rib is on the floor. Solid. I'm trying to take the leg up more than the chest. The ribs are touching. So try to keep the floating rib on the floor. So then you will get that pressure. I mean the correct position.
Sir, can you explain when we need to lock the anus versus when we need to do Moola Bandha? I get confused in that.
See, when I talk Moola Bandha, anus lock is similar. So even though it is different, see, when you are locking the pelvic floor, there are 3 bandhas which come. The first bandha is Moola Bandha. Second is anus lock. It's called Ashwini Mudra. And third is Vajroli Mudra. 3 bandhas are there. So starting with anus. Anus is called Vajroli, this one, Ashwini Mudra. You have seen horse, no? When you look at horse, it contracts the anus inward. If you see horse, you can observe that. Ashwa means horse, Ashwa. So it locks the anus and keeps it tight. So you can see that is called Ashwini Mudra. Then there is sphincter muscle. So here is the anus, here is the reproductive organ. Between these two, there are one muscle passes. That muscle is called sphincter muscle. That is where the Mooladhara chakra is there, on that sphincter muscle. So when you pull the sphincter muscle upward, that is called Moola Bandha.
But then, sir, do we pull it up and then release it when we are exhaling?
No.
Or do we keep it pulled up?
In asana, for example, when I am doing Parshvakonasana, when I am in Parshvakonasana, I'm stretching. Now I am pulling all the 3 things. I am tightening the anus, I am tightening the sphincter muscle and the reproductive one. Generally, I try to pull all those things together inward.
But the lower stomach also gets pulled at that time.
Lower abdomen will come up.
And then you don't release it till the time we are ending with this asana, is it?
When this asana is over, when you exhale, you can release the bandha. Because that pressure is lost, then inhale, come on. Exhale. So when you are maintaining that asana position, that time you can hold the bandha. Even if you are breathing in a particular asana, you can keep that bandha on.
Only when you bring your hand down.
When the asana is completed, I think somebody has asked this question also today. I think Sukeshi had asked. So when you stay in a particular asana, you can keep this Moola Bandha active throughout the position of the asana. When the asana is released, when you're coming back, forget about that bandha. You can release that bandha. Okay?
So you do not coordinate it with any inhalation or exhalation.
Not required. Now when we are sitting, now for example, Vajrasana. Now my anus is locked. I am breathing, inhale and exhale. My anus is locked. I am not protruding it. See?
Even during Vajrasana.
Yeah, you can do it. So if you talk to Patabi Joyce, he says, even while walking you can do Moola Bandha. So this is what Patabi Joyce says. It's from Yoga Makaranda, the books. It's not found out by me. So he says while walking also you can do this bandha. But don't worry about that. We will follow whatever is being told, that we will practice Mula Bandha when the asana is held, that position, when we are doing Pavana Muktasana. So the reason, one of the reasons which they say is, when there is a action happening, so you should not protrude the body outward. Then it can cause protrusion of the anus and all. So keep that on when the asana, because when you are in an asana, there is a pressure happening. There is a stretch, there is a pull, there is a compression, there is a elongation, so many things are happening. That time, try to maintain Mula Bandha. This is what it says.
And it is not correlated with whether your legs are joined or whether your legs are apart. We
No.
can do Mula Bandha irrespective, is it?
You actually feel now that I'm able to nicely, for example, Sarvangasana, Karna Pidasana. So when I'm in Karna Pidasana, I never knew that such bandha is there only. When I was a boy, when I was practicing in my college, I never knew about this Mula Bandha at all. But when I was practicing Karna Pidasana, when I'm in this position, here automatically the anus pulls down. Automatically. When Sarvangasana also, because the change of gravity is there. The entire duration of Sarvangasana, Halasana, Karna Pidasana especially, that bandha will become active. Automatically it will become active. You'll feel like, let me pull it down. Okay, so, but in pranayama, that's not the story. Pranayama, Mula Bandha is done only while internal retention happens. It is not done in any other time. Because why? Internal retention is the time when the things are blocked. I mean, you are actually holding the breath. You are holding the, you should not let it out. That is why in the books it says you have to do Mula Bandha when you hold internal retention. Because there is a pressure there.
And then we release it.
Then while the inhalation retention is released, immediately the Mula Bandha is released.
Okay. I get confused in this.
The purpose of that is like that. Because internal retention, there is an action, no compulsory action happening. You're holding something. Similarly, you're holding an asana position. So that's why all in Ashtanga Vinyasa class and all, they dedicate that you have to do Mula Bandha. Any other queries? Anantasana, then Hanumarasana is over.
Even in Dhanutasana also we do that Mula Bandha.
While staying in that position. Final asana posture, it is good to practice it. Definitely good. If you find it very tough, no problem. You can avoid, no issues. Yeah. Then I will talk about the pranayama and the advanced asana, Vishwamitrasana. Pranayama, this month it is Bhastrika pranayama. So it is chest breathing. The best way to sit in Bhastrika is Vajrasana only. It's a chest breathing, Brahma Mudra, thumb inside, finger over the thumb. Brahma Mudra comes. Keep it close to the navel, back of the wrist resting on the thigh. While inhaling, everybody knows this, but still I'm explaining. While inhaling, chest up, drop it. So that bulge has to come, chest rising, okay? You can do Sukhasana also. So fill and release, short. Fill and shoot it down. Fill, shoot. Chest up, down, chest. This has to come. Shoulder has to rise. So that. Where is Bhastrika? Tanmay will do like this. Tanmay, sitting on horse, don't do it like that. So that is Bhastrika. Okay? So that's the first pranayama of this month. Then comes Anuloma pranayama. Loma means hair. Anuloma means in the direction of the hair or in the natural order of things. So in Anuloma, inhalation is done with Ujjayi, exhalation is done with nasal control. We have done 4-5 months back, I think so. So the inhale will come with Ujjayi like chin down. So I inhale in Ujjayi. Fill up, then bring the hand on the nose. Then exhale through the left nose. Put the hand down, hold your breath, stomach in. Then inhale with the throat again. Bring the hand, hold the breath. Exhale through the other nose. Again inhale from the, put your hands down, hold your breath, then inhale from the throat again. Hold it from the other nose. And the process continues. So inhale is done with Ujjayi Pranayama, exhale is done with nasal control. That's the Nadi Shuddhi style. So it's a mix of Ujjayi and Nadi Shuddhi. Inhalation with throat, exhalation with nostrils. That is called Anuloma Pranayama. Yeah. Alternate. First right, then left, right, left. Inhale every time through the, or both the nostrils through the throat. That's called Anuloma Pranayama. Then we do Omkara. And this time we are doing little change in the Shavasana. We are doing IRT, instant relaxation technique this time for a change. So it will take same 2-3 minutes only. So the technique of that I will show you. Then Vishwamitrasana I will show you. Then any questions we can ask. So here in IRT, instant relaxation technique it's called. So keep, IRT is called instant relaxation technique. So keep the legs together, eyes are closed. Then keep your hand also close to the body. Then you have to breathe normally initially, okay? So after lying down, first point your toes, then tighten your ankle. I will tell that. Tighten your calf muscles, tighten the kneecap, tighten the thigh muscles, tighten the buttocks, lock the Mula Bandha, tighten the groin, reproductive organ, tighten the lower abdomen, tighten your back muscles, make a fist, tighten your arm, tighten your elbow, tighten your biceps, triceps, keep the shoulder down, tighten your shoulder. Take an exhale, suck the navel inside. Inhale, lift your chest up. Tighten your face, frown your face. Tighten your head, everything tighten, 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 and exhale. Just release. So the tightness, everything will be tightened first, and then everything will be let loose like that. And then stay for about 1 or 2 minutes, we'll be staying, just about 2 minutes. So that is called IRT, instant relaxation technique. Okay, so that we'll be trying this month. Go back, no computer, go back on the mat. Sit. Sitting conveniently on the chair and talking, okay? That's called IRT. So we have to practice IRT this month. It's a good, simple practice. It is designed by SVASA university only. They have found the effects are very, very good, for de-stressing, anxiety and all. It helps to active and then deactivate everything, activate and deactivate. And then we come back and closing mantra we do. So the closing mantra this time is this, so I'll chant along with all of you. Inhale, take the hands up. Exhale, heart center. Closing the eyes, inhale again. Together. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then gently bow down to God. You can try to touch the head down a little, whatever possible. Then inhale, come back. So that is the. Yeah, any doubts? Tanmay?
No, sir, in the stretching the leg. Stretching the leg.
What is your question? Yeah.
This one I'm not going to do. This one.
Hanumanasana.
This one.
Yeah. You have to stretch properly. Okay, it will improve. It will take some time. Okay, don't worry. You're
Okay,
able to do at least some part of it. Let it happen. Gradually, it will improve. Okay.
Okay, sir. Bye, sir.
Okay. Another now the advanced asana is Vishwamitrasana this month. It's a difficult one. You can all try. जितना होता है करना चाहिए आपको. ठीक है. So we have to come from downward facing dog to do this asana.
Downward art, sir.
Yeah. So when I'm doing, so it's better keep silence. Okay. So when from downward facing dog, I'll show this side first so that you can view that. It's an exhalation completed. While inhaling, bring the leg in front of the arm. So this leg comes in, left leg comes in front. At the same time, the other leg has to turn. You go back. Tanmaya, go back to your mat. Don't come to camera. Okay, that's an inhalation. On the exhalation, I have to insert the same arm below the thigh. Below the thigh. Okay, I insert it. That's an exhalation. And with that support, inhale, lean on that hand and try to straighten that leg in front. This way. Try to straighten that leg. It's an inhalation. Exhale here, then with an inhalation, try to take the arm up. Vishwamitrasana. That's the asana, full asana. So you have to balance on that arm, leg, and the other leg. While exhaling, bring it down. Inhale, bring the hand out. Exhale to downward facing dog. Do the same on the other side. Yeah. So inhale, step the leg in front of the feet, in front of the arm. On the exhalation, insert that hand. Insert the elbow below that hand. Now inhale, lean on that hand and straighten that leg. Jitna hota hai. Anybody trying there? I can see Sridhar is trying. Madam, try madam.
Sir, is there any milder version of this, or is this the mildest version?
Yeah, there is a second level of this.
So where is the balance when you lift your both legs? Where is the balance? Is that on your hand which is in front, or is it?
Both this leg and this hand. So this insertion, you have to get that balance. You have to lean on that hand. You have to lean and straighten it. I have to lean there. So it is just above the elbow, like that.
So, but the leg will slip off, isn't it, sir? I mean, how does it stay there?
This elbow is slightly bent now. That elbow is slightly bent.
So the pressure is on that right hand, is it, sir? The pressure is on the hand.
That hand and the back leg, the leg at the back.
Okay.
Try to straighten your leg, and then if you can, lift the arm. So the trick of that is this depth. If you go deep and insert the arm below the shoulder, you can see that now when I insert it. It almost comes to that shoulder, and then I straighten it. Like that. So that depth is important. The other level is catching the toe and opening up like that. It's a difficult one. That's full Vishwamitrasana. But start with the first position, where the legs become straight. So that is the advanced asana of the month. I'm sure there are some people who can do it. So gradually you have to try. Keep trying. You will be able to do it.
What happens is the weight falls on the front leg.
Yeah.
That is like what to do.
No, if you bend the elbow and spread the leg, it will shift. Yeah. It is Vishwamitrasana. It's not new asana. Age old. No, all from the books only. Nothing that I have found out. Vishwamitrasana it's called. Okay. Then in advanced class, there are 2-3 asanas which are new. One is Padangushta Dhanurasana. So I'm another 5 minutes there. And Vatayanasana, Bharadwajasana, Parshvahalasana, you know. So these 4 asanas, anybody from the advanced class today joining the class? Anybody there?
Yes, sir. Nilima.
Very good. Yeah, good, Nilima. You're there. Somebody's there. Preeti may be there. She joins the class generally.
Yes, sir. I'm there.
You're there. Good. Thank you. So, so I'll show first Vatayanasana. You know, I think you have done it already. It's a, some people call it unicorn pose and all. So it's actually the horse position only. So inhale, fold one leg Padmasana. Exhale, stand the other leg like a mountain. Then inhale, stand up on that Padmasana and balance with an exhalation. And then while you inhale, intercoil the arms. So your other elbow will be on the top, like that. Sorry, this side. So whichever is folded leg, that elbow will be on the top. Hands try to straighten the back. That is Vatayanasana, horse posture. On the exhalation, release the hands, keep it on the thigh. Take an in breath here. Exhale, sit. Inhale, unfold the first leg. Exhale, unfold the other leg. That is Vatayanasana. Then Bharadwajasana 2. So the difference in that is Ekam, inhale, I'll do the other side. Inhale, fold the legs. While exhaling, you have to catch the biceps with the other hand. Tanmaya, go back. So you have to catch the biceps with the exhalation. Inhaling, insert the palm below the knee. On the exhalation, twist your body. Like that. So there, it's a little different. So initially we were doing this much only, right? So here, the difference is that we have to take the outer arm and catch the biceps from the back side. And then inhaling, put the finger below the thigh, below the knee, and exhaling, twist to the back. That is Bharadwajasana level 2. This is a different asana in advanced class. Then Pada Angushta Dhanurasana and Parshva Halasana. I will show Parshva Halasana first, then I will show Pada Angushta Dhanurasana. We've got 4-5 minutes. Inhale, arms over the head. Exhale. Inhale, legs up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, go to Sarvangasana. Take 3 breaths there. Inhale. After 5 breaths, exhale, go to Halasana. Then maintain 3 breaths here. Now, after maintaining the 3 breaths, support the back and keeping hand support on the side, walk the legs to one side. Parshva Halasana. It's called Parshva Halasana, looking at the nose. That's done with an exhalation. Inhale, come back. Swap the hand position. Exhale to the other side. Try to make it almost in the perpendicular position. 90-degree twist. 2 breaths there. Inhale, bring back. Exhale here. Then inhale, come up. Exhale, go to the next step. Parshva Halasana.
Who will do, sir? Prasad will do.
Okay. So that's called Parshva Halasana. That's a different asana in advanced class. Last different asana is Pada Angushta Dhanurasana. So before that I will have to do Chakrasana, then only I will do it. Because it's a difficult thing.
ಹೌದಾ ಅದೇನು ಅಷ್ಟ ಸರ್
Now my body is ready for which asana? Pada Angushta Dhanurasana. Otherwise I will not do it. Okay. Otherwise, my backbone will break. Next one.
I think you made a rubber inside the body, sir.
Okay, now Padma Dhanurasana, we do one leg first. So what you do, just lift your upper body on the elbow, the inhalation. On the exhalation, you can bend this leg and catch the toe. I'm showing the right side because you can see that. So from here, what you have to do, with the in breath, try to bring the hand in front. For exhalation. You saw that. So from here, what did I do? I turned the leg and brought it forward. So if you can do this, half the job is over. Release. Do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Rotate the arm and bring the shoulder forward. So like that. So if you can do one hand down, you do this half. This is one leg. Then full Padma Dhanurasana will be done with both the hands. Then inhale, both the hands rotate. You can do normal breath, it's a difficult task.
One more generation I have to do.
So, from here. So you rotate both the arms, exhale and go down.
Either one.
Don't do suddenly, it's dangerous. Inhale, come on.
So are we going to do it in the sequence, one leg at a time, or during the class?
It's better to do one leg because most of you have not done it earlier. So I thought let us do first one leg. I will put it in the self-practice section so that we
Okay, sure, sir. Yeah.
will finish normal Dhanurasana, then in self-practice before Bakasana will do it. Bakasana is Shavasana.
Okay.
Before that, let me see. If possible, I can put it there. Okay, any other queries? Otherwise, I'm going to close the class and we're going to the 5:45 batch.
So just one query, sir. Sorry. In pranayama, sometimes when we block the nose and take the inhale for 7 seconds or 8 seconds, I feel I am still short of breath. In that case, can I release and take more breath, or how do I manage that?
So what I tell is when the derailment happened. See, try to go with the timing. Okay. Now, for example, you are doing 8 rounds. Imagine that derailment happened in the 5th round. I'm telling an example. What you have to do is gradually try to make it into the 6th round. Okay, let it derail, no problem. Take an extra breath and try to come back with the same counting which I am doing. Now, after 5th derailment, the 5th circle, you will be able to continue 2-3 rounds without any derailment, probably. Then again, you will again take one more derailment. Then again continue, right? So, instead of getting that deviation on the 5th, try to make it on the 6th. Delay that derailment. You got it? So try to go with the counting. If imagine you took an extra breath on the 5th round. After a week or two, try to make that extra breath on the 6th round.
Bye, sir.
Try to make it on the 7th round. Pranayama, when you're breathing, sometimes you get breathless and I want to take an extra breath.
No, you should not take like this. You should be continue like it only.
But
you stop and let it go.
So he's struggling. So if you are struggling, then take that extra breath, no problem. You should not force your breath there. But you should be aware that when you took that, try to postpone that extra breath to the next round. Like
Should not you do follow.
okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people, you ask the question, many other people are facing the problem, they are not asking.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye. Come back.
Okay,
bye. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
So, in the next year,